I want to explain how your ADHD is actually a superpower. You see, growing up, I had a hard time in school. I got good grades, but I was just absolutely bored out of my mind. Like, it was like watching paint dry. I would fall asleep in class. I couldn't focus. I would draw all over my notebooks. I would literally do anything. I remember in third grade drawing an entire stickman war site, like with like 200 stickmen. Like, what was I doing? I just hated school. Like, I hated school every single day. I couldn't stand it as far as the classes and going. I like hanging out with friends, but the rest was just absolutely abysmal. And as I grew up, I started to kind of learn more about like ADHD, and my brother got diagnosed, my dad got diagnosed, and the doctor was like, yeah, he probably has it too based on what you told me. And so I started believing the kind of, oh, I have ADHD thing. And what I realized is that ADHD was a superpower, because even though I hated school, I could barely focus, I could not stand it, I couldn't stand anything I didn't want to do. When I actually locked in on the stuff that I did want to do, I was insanely motivated and insanely focused. And also, I started realizing that if you're a victim to ADHD, like if you say, oh, I have ADHD, like it's just a cope, right? There are things you can do to make your focus worse. Yes or no? You can get on TikTok, you can scroll all day 24/7. Do you think that will make your focus worse? Okay, yes, your focus is now worse. So inherently, if you can make your focus worse, that means that you can make it better. You can improve your focus regardless of what special snowflake thing they've told you have. You can have way better focus than the average people, even if you were starting with a bad hand, okay? And so by understanding that I have ADHD, the flip side of that is I decided to be positive. I was like, hey, let me try to fix it. Let me do all that I can to increase my focus. And so let that drive you. Start cleaning up your diet. Start doing focus training, like just meditating and focusing on your breath. Start setting a timer whenever you go to work and closing out all your tabs. Like, do whatever you can to improve your focus levels. And the biggest kind of thing here that has made me so successful is like when you find the thing that you like doing, go all in. Because those of us who have these ADHD or whatever, it usually means that you can focus really well on the things that you actually want to do, but you have a terrible time focusing on things that you don't. And so if you optimize for that, if you optimize for things that are higher leverage, like if you find stuff that is important to success and you enjoy doing, then ADHD becomes a superpower. Why? Because you don't want to do anything else besides that thing. For instance, this is like the 6th video I've recorded in a row right now. Now, if you ask me to sit down and write a paper on like some old war from the 1920s or some old book, dude, I wouldn't make it one line in. And I would literally physically struggle to finish. But because I love making these videos and I love doing stuff like this, I can sit down and just crush it for hours on end because it's a superpower. It's a superpower to be so obsessed with things. And so in my experience, people who have been labeled with ADHD, they're obsessive though when it comes to stuff they actually want to do. And so the key to that is if you want to make money, if you want to be successful, figure out things that align in both those categories. So stuff that will make you successful and you enjoy doing. And then just do a lot of it. Just go crazy. Go insane. Like I post so many videos, bro, on this channel, on the main channel. I just post videos all the time. And I don't follow like a strict schedule. Like sometimes I post 2 a day. Sometimes I post 1 a day. I just post because I like doing it. And don't let people tell you that, you shouldn't be obsessive. Like, dude, you got to get obsessive. Get super obsessive. I used to play RuneScape. That's where all my obsessiveness went, is I would play this game called RuneScape. I had like 10,000 hours in it. And it was wasting my time. I mean, I wasn't getting anywhere. I was getting successful on the game, but what does that mean? Nothing. So when I swapped over to playing this game of real life and I found things that I actually am obsessed about in real life, guess what? I started to succeed a lot, making 50K a month. So ADHD is a superpower depending on how you look at it. So if you see it as a cope, you're going to fail forever, and I can't really help you. But if you see it as a superpower and you decide to to take advantage of it, then you're going to do well. So hopefully this helps.